Слава Україні!
Hello comrades, and welcome to another Men of War Assault Squad 2 showcase video. As promised, I'm doing the, as I promised in the last video, the two factions for the Nobody Except Us mod is Novarecia and Ukraine. So just a quick mention, Ukraine is the only thing that's changed. The Novarecians are unchanged because I don't think there's been a whole lot of change to them aside from their uniforms. Now that they're properly part of Russia, they don't have to pose as a militia or people's army kind of thing. So yeah, this whole ragged stuff, it's still very much there, but like the specific volunteer battalions and special patches and whatnot aren't really there. They're no longer posing as locals, I guess, is how I could explain it. But anyway, starting off with the Novarecians, a very famous unit here. We have the Sparta Battalion, their very iconic Russian imperial flag there, with a bright red lettering of Sparta. Very interesting patch there. I kind of like the black, yellow, and white flag of the Imperial Russia. I don't know why, I just think it looks better. That's still nice. Here we have the unit Kilmius, or Kilmius. I can't remember how to pronounce it, but it's very nice. They have a their patch is very similar to that of like the FSB or the KGB, the sword shield with the ribbons. It's a cool patch. I don't know if they're still around. I know a lot of units, I think around 2017, 2018, began getting dissolved and then reformed into like proper units under the Russian army kind of style. Same with their kit. Still very nice. Here we have the unit Somali, or Somalia. I think it's Somali, but maybe it's Somalia. Either way, if I remember correctly, this was Gavi's unit. They were a particularly brutal bunch, but I'm fairly certain they're not around anymore either. They've been reformed into something else. They got an interesting little patch here. Let's take a little look. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I got the standout gray and white kind of uniform. Great for winter, I'm sure. I don't mind it too much. I think it's pretty nice. And I got this dude. He's got his ruck. He's got his face mask. He's all decked out and ready. Alrighty. Here we have personally my favorite unit out of the Novarecian faction, the Cossacks of the Rostov-on-Don region. Got a nice patch there. It's the Rostov flag and the emblem of the Oblast of Rostov. And I know there's a very iconic photo of this bearded guy with this hat on, with his hands over his AK. I think it was like in the early days of the siege of Slavyansk. It's a pretty iconic photo from the early days, and even now it's still, you search up DPR and that's one of the pictures that'll pop up first. Very cool unit, my personal favorite, honestly. Here we have the Russian GRU, so FSB operators and so forth that would have been operating in Donbass. They fought in the Battle of Ilovaisk, and they were deployed to help stop the Ukrainians from encircling Donetsk in the early days. So it's pretty cool to see them here. They got that ragged look, but you can certainly tell from certain parts of their kit that they're much better equipped and ready. Well, I guess maybe you can't. This dude certainly does. He's got the old school Russian fucking body armor from the 90s. Here we have the Luhansk People's Republic Militia. These are just LNR dudes. There's no special unit or regiment or anything, just LNR. It's very nice. I kind of like the light blue. I think it kind of works. But yeah, a lot of people kind of forget that Luhansk is a thing. Everybody focuses on DPR and Novarecia, and I very rarely hear any mention of Luhansk, but still nice to see them here. And here we have, I believe it's called the Oplesheni. It's like a militia, essentially. These guys wore the white armbands and they stormed the Donetsk administration, and you know, they seized Mariupol for a few days. So this is like when Russia really tried to sell the idea of a home militia army kind of thing before giving up and just getting directly involved. It's very interesting, though. A white armband, of course, the Russians use today as well. And here we have Battalion Vostok. And I got that St. George style kind of coloring to their patch. And I think this is supposed to be like a special elite operator regiment kind of thing. It's got a very unique patch for sure. All of them usually using, you know, Russian colors, but this is black, orange, and white. Still Russian colors, obviously, but I mean, like Russian flag or DPR flag colors, so. Very nice. That's kind of it for the Novorosians. Again, like I said, they haven't changed for the last few years. And we might not see a whole lot of change today. Maybe we will, who knows. Here we have the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and they are sporting their new kit and all new patches and stuff. So to start, we have the Special Operators. We got the Aviators. We got the Stinger Operator. Actually, I think isn't that the Igla or Grom? Yeah, I don't think that's Stinger. I'm blanking out, honestly. It's been a long day. Here we have a tanker, and we have the obvious drone operator. Pretty cool to see. Here we have the airborne forces. You can tell by their red patch here. Very nice. One of the first skins that I made for the Warway was the airborne units. I got their other patch here, more colorful, and I can't remember which regiment that is, but still very nice. And honestly, I gotta say it, I love the MM14. I think like that's the best camo that Ukraine chose out of its selections for the last few years. It just works. Here we have the Territorial Defenders. So these are like kind of weekend warriors essentially. It's pretty nice. You got the patches and all that. Obviously they're not this well equipped, but for the mod's purpose I guess they are. And technically during peacetime they would have been this well equipped and ready, but as the war drags on and production struggles, we're not going to see them looking like this. We'll see the patches for sure, but you know, still very nice. Here we have the SSO, the Special Operators that I'm fairly certain were the ones that landed in Crimea a few days ago. They took out an S-400 and killed like 30 dudes of the, was it the 3rd Radio Operation Regiment of the Russian Army that's based near Mayak that they raided. Very cool. An interesting take on the Trizub there, though. Not my favorite patch, honestly. Still, I like where they were trying to go with it. You can see this dude's all gilly. They got some pretty good Western stuff. M4s, Javelins, NLAWs. Actually, AT4. Yeah, AT4. Yeah, there's the NLAW. And then I got the good old 240. A bitch of a gun. I hated operating that thing. Here we have the legendary Marines. These guys made a very notable name for themselves during the siege of Mariupol and at Azovstal. I love the patch though, the eagle or falcon swooping out the with the pitchfork or trident. Very cool patch. I think maybe my second favorite for this army. Here we have the... Oh gosh, what unit is this? If anyone can recognize that patch, remind me what that is. For the life of me, I can't remember. Maybe it's National Guard of some kind? Blue Trident, which one is that? Honestly, I'm blanking out. But still a very nice unit. I got this dude with... Oh, okay, no, the body armor's multicam. I thought he was wearing multicam. I was gonna be like the only dude out of that unit? Really? Still very nice. Again, I'm not a big fan of these player models. They look okay when you look closely at them for a while, but I just think me personally, I'm not gonna get used to them. But you know, is what it is. Here we have the legendary Azov unit, which I believe, recently changed into the 3rd Assault Brigade. And they actually, yeah, this is their, no, I think that's the old patch. Yeah, the new patch is different. They kind of like made it into 3 stripes, 3 kind of slash marks. But they've been one of the more effective and dedicated units, and you can see they have the National Guard patch here, because they are now officially part of the National Guard and Armed Forces of Ukraine. Before they were kind of just a volunteer brigade, and a really good one too. They were one of the better motivated during the early days of the war. Still very awesome to see. That is all for the factions. I don't know if the developers have plans on making a proper upgraded Novarecia faction or not. I don't know if there's enough reason to, but if there is, that'd be pretty cool to see. And maybe I'll look into it myself and try adding it to Warway or something like that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and do keep the requests coming for mods and stuff that you want to see. I am working on that vehicle porting video. It's been a bitch for me to get working, so might be a little while longer, but it is coming. So you know, thanks for the patience on that one. So yeah, I hope you guys again just enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.